Minecraft used to be such an innocent place. We had Minecraft parodies, Butter, Hunger Games, Minecraft legends like Captain Sparkle, Sky Does Minecraft, Lion Make. Okay, maybe not Lion Maker, but you get my point, okay? And to be fair, it's not all that bad now either. We have Speed Wars, we have Bed Wars, we have really unique content being put out there from really good YouTubers. But my god, the community is awful. But we talked about that in the last video, and I'm not gonna stand here and beat a horse with a wooden shovel, or whatever the saying is. Because whilst you might agree or disagree that Minecraft was better back in the day, there is one common enemy that we can all stand together against. Forget about the Dream Squid mob vote. Forget about Dream versus Techno. Forget about all of that. Because at the end of the day, most of the issues that kind of came from that were just from fans being overly passionate. And yes, that is definitely a bad thing, and it makes the community more toxic, but it is nowhere near as bad as what I'm about to reveal. Because this is the true dark side of the Minecraft community. And you know in films when, you know, the bad guys and the good guys have to come together to fight a common enemy, like some aliens from outer space or something? This is that moment, because I'm talking about NSFWMCYT. Or for those of you who are lucky enough to not have come across this before, not safe for work, Minecraft YouTube. In the hidden depths of Twitter, I know, shock right, Twitter having bad stuff on it, who would have guessed? But there's a community on Twitter who, and there's no light way of putting this, like to sexualize Minecraft YouTubers. Yeah. The entertainers on YouTube who have a massive children audience, yeah, they like to sexualize those people. Yeah, and this community started on Twitter, from what I can recognize. Their main source of entertainment coming from a website called Archive of Our Own, and also Wattpad, right? Which are like story publishing websites, I guess. And they use these websites to make fan fictions about Minecraft YouTubers, ranging from Dream, Skeppy, and everyone else in the Minecraft YouTuber community. I'm fairly certain this started off as a very innocent thing, with people making stories about their favorite content creators, interacting with each other and stuff. But then the NSFW bit got added in front of it, which is the not safe for work bit, which is the 18 plus bit, you know? And the other main source of entertainment for our friends in the NSFWMCYT community are NSFW drawings, which is where they draw their favorite YouTubers in a very sexualized way, which I can definitely not show on YouTube. What I can do though is draw an interpretation of one on Microsoft Paint. People in the community tend to keep their accounts private and kind of keep a closed circle, mainly after they got found out from a content creator, which is why a lot of their bios state CC's blocked, which means content creator blocked. So basically, the content creators can't find the tweets that they're making, so they can't report it or speak against it. But we will dive into that a little bit later. First, I thought I'd read a special comment from my last YouTube video. Yes, you are seeing this right. This is one single YouTube comment. One. They probably spent longer writing this comment than I spent making the video. And whilst in my opinion, I think the whole comment is just not really worth reading, there is one bit that, it kind of just struck me, right? It kind of struck a nerve with me. Okay, before anything, I heavily agree that the NSFWMCYT TWT community is disgusting. Okay, cool. I'm very glad you recognize this. I also think it's disgusting. A lot of them write and draw porn of people such as Tommy and Tubbo, and even people like Drister, and most of the accounts are privated. Yeah, I know, right? It's really messed up. These people are under 18, and it shouldn't be seen as acceptable. But I'm also going to state that you will not publicly call any of these people out, and you will not send harassment towards them, and you will not call them the scum of the earth despite their actions. Okay, and that is where you're wrong, because that is exactly what I'm going to do. Obviously, I'm going to be blurring usernames, and I don't think people should be harassed, but I do hope that if they do watch this video, they'll come away from it and think, okay, maybe I should stop doing this. This isn't an okay thing to do. But you might have heard me say earlier, these people tend to private their accounts and keep a closed circle. And I'm not lying, so you might be wondering, how did I find these tweets? How did I get access to the inner circle? And well, guys, I went undercover. Enter Daddy Dream. Yes, I know, okay? If you've not clocked yet, this is me. This is my alternate account. This whole account is going to be cringe, okay? There's a big fat cringe warning on the screen right now. there will be cringe. I needed to do this to fit in, okay? I needed to. It's the sacrifices I made for this video, okay? So I made this account like a week ago, and I went on a follow spree to try and find some of the accounts in this messed up community, you know? See if I can get access to some inner DMs and, you know, stuff like that. I analyzed many Twitter bios in the community, and I decided this is what mine should be. Made this account for NSFWMCYT. Any help finding moots? Appreciated, because I'm new to the community. Defaced, CC's blocked. I know, I want to die too, but it gets worse, and I'm very sorry. She/her 16. Yes, I pretended to be a 16-year-old, which, out of context, it sounds very bad, okay? But I wanted to blend in, and look at me. I don't think I fit the demographic of this community, you know? I hope. Yet again, I have been wearing some questionable things over on my Twitch. Go follow, link below. So yeah, it didn't really work. So despite my best efforts and this top-of-the-line spy work, it didn't really work. A lot of people didn't accept my follow request. A lot of people just blocked me. But a good amount did accept my follow request. And despite it not being many people, it did give me a good insight into what's going on in this community. Was it worth losing my dignity over? Probably not. And now I feel like it's got to the point where I need to read out some of the stories, okay? Just to give you some context into what's exactly going on here. I can't show the drawings for obvious reasons, but actually, you know what? I can actually probably show a bit of a drawing. So there, your imagination can run wild with the rest of it, but that's techno being like I said, your imagination can run wild. But the fan fictions I probably can read, sort of ish. So here we have one of the writers, Slimesicum, which is a parody of Slimesicle. Very creative. After so many nights of drinking with his friends, it's no longer uncommon for Charlie to wake up in his bedroom with no recollection of getting there. Charlie being Slimesicle. Most nights he woke up with drawings on his face, or wearing extra clothes, or even less clothes. Pretty innocent so far, right? And then there's basically 2 more paragraphs explaining how he needs a wee. He wants to go for a wee, but his legs don't work. Yeah. Preoccupied by his thoughts, his muscles aren't as strong as he expects them to be. Before Charlie can register it, a lengthy jet of warm piss shoots out the tip of his leaking out into his grey boxers. Yeah, you get the idea, right? Sort of, ish, yeah? Okay, I kind of played it safe with that one for YouTube. Here's another one, buckle up for this one, okay? Background context to this story, Sap and App has just been fondled by a tentacle. Dream walked and before Sap could move, put the plug in him. Sap gasped and looked back to see his blonde boyfriend staring at him. Then a few more lines and before Sap knew it, Dream had taken the plug out and replaced it with his Baba Boy. You get the idea, right? You get the idea. If you don't, then sucks for you, because I'm not reading any more of this, okay? Keep in mind, these were the ones that I could make kind of YouTube friendly. Some are so much worse, and when I say some, most. It's worth noting that one of my main issues with this whole community is that a lot of the fan fictions had been written about Tommy and Tubbo, 2 Minecraft YouTubers who are under 18. Whether or not they've been deleted, or they've just been hidden by private accounts, or they're just harder to find, I don't know. But they were the screenshots and stories I'd seen that prompted me to make this video. Here's some other people complaining about it, if that's any sort of proof, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. But I mean, is it really that hard to believe, really? And the other issue I have is before they got exposed on Twitter, these people would post their stories about the YouTubers publicly, not hidden behind a private account and just on Twitter for everyone to see. Recently, they've started to censor YouTuber names. There's a whole list of different like hidden ways to spell dreams so people can't find their accounts. And you might think, oh, they're doing this so kids don't find the stories on Twitter by accidentally coming across it. But no, they did this so the content creators don't find out and call them out for it, which is what happened earlier in October, which is why they all went onto private. Because when they first started writing these stories and posting them, they didn't censor the names. They didn't put Dream with a 3 and a 4, they would just put Dream. So you'd have kids, you know, just sitting down, being like, oh, I'm just gonna search up Dream on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. And then they'd end up reading about Dream getting bummed by the Ender Dragon or something. I'm laughing, but you see the issue, right? And look, don't get me wrong, I'm sure a lot of people in this community don't have bad intentions, but it's just wrong. Minecraft is primarily a kid's game with a kid audience, and they don't want to see this, okay? And I'm sure the content creators also don't want to see this either, because the people making this about them are their fans, right? But do you really think it's a supportive thing to do to kind of sexualize them for their child audience? No. No. And if you do like writing this sort of stuff, then, right, you do you, I guess. But still, if you like doing this, keep it to yourself, right? Don't put it on Twitter for anyone to see, because Twitter is a public place. and, you know, kids can easily find that sort of stuff. And yeah, I know I've made a couple of videos on dream stands being bad, and I know my last couple of videos have had quite a big clash of people either anti-dream, pro-dream, angry at the glow squid, but I hope we can all unite against this one common enemy and save NSFWMCYT Twitter. Thank you so much for 10k, by the way. It means the world. It's insane. I think we're done with the Minecraft stuff for now, but yeah, come join my Discord, go follow the Twitch and all that. Like if you enjoyed as well, that helps a lot, all the good stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you next time. Peace.
Through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it, cause I got problems on